So I'm going to show you techniques that you can use in business that probably 95% of people never use. And by doing it, you can get paid to improve your conversion rate. You can get paid to do market research. And it's just a super awesome way to create a great customer experience at the same time. And this is something that I've used in my own business. So I'm going to show you exactly what that is. And so let's dive into it. Now, when you look at retargeting and how you make the maximum amount from every single person who comes to your site, there's 4 types, right? Paid media, organic, one-on-one outreach, and one-to-many outreach. So we're going to focus in on one of those today, which is the one-on-one outreach. And one of the things you can do with one-on-one outreach is calling, right? Good old-fashioned get on the phone. Most businesses don't call at this stage of the journey. Yeah, they maybe have a sales team and do sales calls, but they're not calling the abandoned carts. Now, this is something, especially if you are business to consumer, works even better than business to business sometimes. We use this when we sold bridesmaids dresses, and I was closing about 50% of those abandoned carts over the phone every single time, right? And this was another secret that helped get our ROAS up even higher. So I'm going to show you how we do that and why this is so important, okay? So why would you call the abandoned carts? Simply put, by calling those abandoned carts, it gives you unrivaled market research and more cash. Okay. So with the market research part, that allows you to kind of know why that person didn't buy. They'll tell you why they were thinking of buying in the first place. And then you can use those language patterns in your copy, and they'll tell you what their objections were. So then you can go and handle those objections in your follow-up sequences over email. You can put them in the FAQs. You can build them into the copy of the page. Maybe if you're seeing the same pattern of the kind of people who come to the page, maybe then you want to go and switch out the headline to resonate more with that target audience. You might think that your avatar is one person, but it's actually someone completely different. But you don't know unless you actually speak to the people, right? But what if instead of just calling the customers, you could actually make cash from those customers as well without it feeling slimy, salesy, all that kind of stuff, right? So how do we call abandoned carts? I followed this 5-step framework and provide it to other people as well. And it always works strong. It's easy to follow. So follow it. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. Just follow the process, right? So firstly, when you call, hey, whoever the name is, this is just a courtesy call, right? So notice you don't come into the call and you say, hey, is this blah, blah, blah. You go into the call and say, hey, so-and-so's name, whatever you see on your CRM that has come through. So let's say it's Jen or something. So, hey, Jen, this is just a courtesy call. It's Paul from Amplify CCOM. I noticed you just went on our site, and I just wondered if something went wrong or something broke. I just wanted to reach out to make sure everything was okay. As I noticed you left the site without ordering. And then what happens from there is then they tell you what went wrong. That, oh, yeah, I was just really busy. Didn't get a chance to do it. Oh, okay. Well, when you're on the site, did you have any concerns? Right? You just ask, probe, follow up. And then they give you all that feedback. Once they've done that, thank you so much for giving me that feedback. It means we can create a better customer experience for everyone else as well that comes through, and hopefully we can create an even better experience for you. Now, then we come on to the next piece, right? Is give a reward with a time limit. This is where the magic comes. So this is where it goes from just market research to more cash. So giving the reward with the time limit, you say, look, Jen, I appreciate you so much giving me that feedback today. It's going to be really valuable in the business, and it's going to be really valuable to help us change more lives as well. So thank you so much for that. Look, as a reward, not as a reward, but I'd like to say thank you by giving you a special discount off this product. And when you give that discount off the product, what you want to say is, now, unfortunately, I can't control how long it's available for. I don't have those powers. However, if you put those details in the next 24 hours, then you will get that discount for this price. So typically what you're going to do is you're going to give them a code, or you'll give them a link to go to and put a deadline funnel on there so it actually expires. So you want to have some kind of way of making it expire. Typically you take them to a separate page. When you do that, then what happens, it creates that urgency and scarcity there. Now, here's the bonus tip when you're doing this, giving the reward. You don't just say, yeah, go to this in the next 24 hours. The most important thing at this part, and this is how I close so many more sales, I just want to make sure that works for you now, Jen, right? Whoever the name is. Just want to make sure that works for you now, because I'd feel terrible if you got off this call and then you went to the link and it didn't work. So can you do me a favor? Can you just go in onto are you next to your computer right now, or are you on your phone? Right. Oh, I'm on my phone. Okay, great. So if you just open up a new tab, like whilst you're on your phone, if you just open up the browser, can you just type this link in and then make sure you can save it? So then they go to it and just check that works. Right. So you're walking them through, it's called a handhold close. You walk them through that. And then when they get to the checkout, then it's like, great. So what can you see on the screen? Oh, I can see this. I can see this. I can see this. Okay, great. And then has it applied the discount for you? Yeah. Now it's up to you, but feel free if you want to put your details in now, that's fine. If you want to do it as soon as I get off the call, that's also fine. You notice how alternative close, right? So the option is either do it now or do it after you get off the call, rather than do it whenever you can, right? Because then it goes into the background. And then if you do it straight after this call, then that means I'll just check it my end and make sure everything's gone through okay for you, right? You see how now we're being helpful. We're not being pushy. We're just being helpful, and we're guiding that person along the customer journey. And I'll make sure you've got everything you need. And they're like, oh, thank you so much. Thanks so much for your help. Now, as you're on that call and when you come off the call, you want to make sure you captured all the details of what they said, what went wrong, why they didn't buy in the first place. And if you can answer all those questions and concerns from on the call as well, that's more likely you're going to close the sale. And it also creates a lot more 5-star reviews because they're like, oh my God, like they called me straight away and it was a great customer experience, right? And you just continue that throughout. And then here, like, bonus tip on top of that is once they do buy, if you've got a notification that sets up that says this person just bought that you just spoke to, you can set that up through tagging and stuff like that. Then you can just drop them a quick personal note, say, hey, just saw your order came through. Really enjoyed chatting with you this morning or whenever it was. And yeah, hope you had a great experience. Please reach out if you need anything else at all. We're here to help. Have a great day, right? That kind of thing. You send it over an email, or send it over a quick voice message, or you send it over a text message, or even you drop them a quick Loom video over. If you can do that on that first sale, imagine what they think the next sale is going to be like, and the next sale, and the next sale after that. It's like, wow, this company has that attention to detail. It makes everything else work rosy. Okay, so that is how you call the abandoned carts. You can also apply the same principle. It's not quite as effective, but it can still be pretty effective, is applying this to SMS. So, hey, this is just a courtesy message. I just wondered what went wrong. Or did something break? I noticed you left the checkout. Could you let me know and I'll get it fixed? Then you get about 10, 20% reply rate on this. We've had as high as 50%, especially when we used Messenger and did the same message. And then say, thank you for the feedback. You walk them through the process. You go back and forth one-on-one over SMS. Give them a reward with a time limit. You can't handhold them through the close. You can't hand hold them through the close quite as much as you would over a phone call. However, you can still kind of say, hey, can you check that link works when you send the stuff over, and then capture all the details again in the CRM. And that's a little bit easier to capture with this one because it's all in the SMS, but you also want to add it up into the notes and have some custom fields of why did this person not buy? Why were they thinking about buying? Have those custom fields in your CRM already, right? So try that out. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you soon.